here's another roadblock in my setup. The pipe here is reduced here, which generally would be fine, but I'll show you where the problem is in the kitchen. The taped pipes are the water pipes. Now they're both reduced to a smaller size. I'm figuring that is for water pressure by reducing the pipe size in a long distance. Comes from way back there in the bathroom behind the shower, gets reduced there, gets reduced somewhere else in the system along behind everything, and comes up into the kitchen sink up here. But these pipes, funny thing is, they're bigger than the pipes that go to the bathroom sink and the shower. So I don't have the fittings for that, and I have to finish this RV quickly before my parents come. I will have more time after they leave, so I'm thinking about leaving these in place for now and replacing them after, when I have more time. I'm not sure, but I think these pipes are bigger. I'll check. If these pipes are the same size as the ones in the kitchen, then I'm good to go. But I'm going to get my calipers and measure this. If they're a different size, I am not going to cut any more pipe out for today. I'm going to connect here. I was experimentally just piecing and looking how it would look. I'd prefer to run the pipe all the way around while I have this open and do it right first time. But if the pipe sizes are different in the kitchen, I don't have time to mess around right now. I can always splice into here and then finish it off later and replace those pipes. But let me see, I'll take a look. I've got some bad news. See this powder here? All along here, actually. I have had this vacuumed out thoroughly, and what you see here is the damage from carpenter ants continuing to destroy my wood. Now I haven't seen very many, but the stuff is there. The damage is being done, and that is current. So I'm not out of danger yet with the carpenter ants. So I got to put some more ant bait out and get rid of them. Let me see if these pipes are the same as the fittings that I have already. Let's measure the outer diameter of these. If that's the same as what I have, oh, it moved on me. I like locking calipers. I bumped it. Okay, see if I can pull it out without bumping it. These are, see if I can read this. I think these are the same. I think these are 3/8. This thing is sliding on me badly, so it's really hard to get a close reading. The best way is going to be to actually cut them and splice in with them, but that is a scary thought, because once I cut it, I'm dedicated, I'm committed, and the pipes here, I don't know if the light's enough in here, but you can see on the cold water line, a pipe is spliced in and comes up over to a water filter, which then goes up into the freshwater drinking tap, which is actually a cool thing to have. It's very convenient to have a built-in water filter right here. I like that idea. And if I get the right cartridges here, I don't know exactly what the specs on this thing are, but if I have the right filter cartridge that cleans out everything nicely, I would have drinking water on tap, which sure would be a convenient thing right here. So I need to figure out, I'm going to have to cut back here, or I'll have a nightmare of hacking and splicing. So I think I will put my water valves up in here somewhere where I can reach. And it actually comes back in behind my stove area, which would be even easier to reach, but it's taped up. probably for insulation purposes, I'm not sure. But it's taped starting here and goes all the way back. It's taped up all the way back to behind the shower. So I'll probably cut here and then go from there back with PEX. So I'm just going to make sure I got my measurements right and I have the right sizes of pipe here. That silver taped pipe runs through here. That's insulated, not very well, but that's the insulated copper tubing. And I don't have a way to insulate it either right now. There's not a lot of space in here. And it looks like they wrapped it with foam and then duct taped it all along its length. And that is sealed up solid, that gap, with some kind of putty. And I spray foam sealed this over here. And seriously, I know everybody's going to tell me I must replace these now. I must replace them all, but I think I'm going to cut it off where I've been working in the back for now and do this better later. I know it's not the best way to go, but I have to move in here. I've got 5 days before my parents come. And looking at this, it's a massive project to go into the kitchen, run through all these walls. I may still do it. I'm really thinking about it. I don't know. It's a tough shot here. It's a tough call. Some people say PEX doesn't burst when it freezes. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'm also going to have to find a way to heat here, because this box was not insulated at all originally with the original construction. You can see daylight where the wires came in from the campground connection. There was no insulation there. So I've got quite a job ahead of me. I'm still considering whether I want to cut this. It's going to require a lot of cutting, a lot of pulling, and a lot of work to get that hose out. Running the new PEX will be relatively easy, but getting that out is going to be a project. Well, check that out. I'm in the shower. You guys have often asked me, where's the shower? Why don't I show the shower? I've mentioned once before, but I'll say it again. Oh, that's got to go in the garbage anyway. I'm not keeping these. That was the original shades. But anyway, I've got, this is storage right now, but I've got the back hatch open, and look, daylight. That's scary. There's no insulation to the outdoors at all right now. I can actually see the copper pipes coming down? Scary. I've got some serious insulating to do when I'm done with this thing. While I'm working in here, I've cleaned out this whole area. This is where the microwave used to be. Microwaves, which I don't use anyway. And this is going to be storage for either food, canned foods, or pots and pans. I'm not sure yet. I've got the undersink storage that I can put, once I've cleaned it and sanitized it, I can keep pots and pans down there, some of them. And a little tiny bit of storage next to the furnace. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers, pull-out drawers that I can use, which is more than I had in the camper. But I have way less cupboard space up there, so because the ceiling's curved. So anyway, this is good to have this open area. But the reason I turned on the camera right now is I'd like to mention, to minimize mouse damage, I'm going to have cabinets compartmentalized, which means this wall will be sealed over here from any possible way of mice to access this area. This whole under the kitchen sink area will be sealed off from the outside world in any way, shape, and form when I'm done with this. So that when the doors are closed, no mouse can get in unless they eat through the walls, which I can't prevent that, but the idea is this will be a compartment of the RV, completely sealed off from the rest of the world. Same with under this bed. This whole underbed area will be sealed along the edges of the walls from the outside world. And again, the bathroom cabinet areas, same thing. I'll seal that back wall under the showers. Everything's going to be sealed and closed off. I need to insulate back there anyway. And again under this bed here. So each area will be a separate compartment, almost like ships are built with the bulkheads, so that if I get a flood, so to say, of mice, they cannot pass from one bulkhead to another. So that's why I open this up. While I'm in here, I am going to cut the pipes. I'm a bit nervous about this, but I'm going to cut the pipes out right here. And it's going to be quite a job. I'm going to use my new Sawzall and see how well it works for me. So, the new Ryobi set. So, I'm going to do it. It's scary, but I'm going to do it. Well, I'm going to use my new knife here. And see what's on inside this. Oh yeah, see, it's an interesting setup. They taped the lines. Oh, it's fiberglass insulation in there. So, that's a curious setup. The pipes are sealed with fiberglass and tape. Not very well, though. Right here was compressed to nothing, which is absolutely useless. And here I have bigger pipes. 2 different size pipes, so it must be reduced. This is annoying. I was going to patch in right there. Oh, where is it reduced? Oh, I think it's reduced over here. I don't want to have to dig in behind the cabinets. I think that's where it's reduced. The hardest place to reach is where it's got to be cut. I didn't want to do that. But they put this RV together in a bad way for being rebuilt. They did not plan on people repairing this thing at all. Ever. Let's see if I can show you this as I cut it. It's an awkward reach. I'm guessing the pipes are reduced up in here somewhere. I'm thinking, yes, if I can get this exposed somewhere, I might as well do the job right and put this stuff on nicely. Where is it? I don't get it. Where? Over here I have fat pipes. Large pipes. And over here they're small pipes. Somewhere in the line it's reduced. I'm not seeing it. That's the small pipes. Where is it reduced? Well, I'm going to keep cutting and looking. Find out where that's reduced, and that's where I'm going to tap in at. Good news. They're reduced right here, so that means I can cut them right here. I'll put my valves here, and that'll be the valves to go to the kitchen sink. And from there I'll run my PEX all the way out. So let me see, how's this going to work. Oh, nothing's easy. Well, I can bend the copper, because what we have here, the valves that I have here, will go in like this, and then the PEX, yeah, that's a problem, because the PEX I'm going to want to run this way, so I'm going to have to bring the copper and bend it, bring it up and over and bend it down, and stagger the valves, and then run the PEX in this way. Alright, I guess that's how it's going to work. I really hope this turns out alright, and I hope I don't crush those pipes when I'm bending them. But, here we go. I'm going to cut them. We're going to do this. Replace all the pipes. I hope this shows up on camera, because I can see, when I'm looking through the viewfinder of the camera, I can see alright. So I sure hope, when this is recorded, that you can see alright. I'm using my hacksaw here on these junctions because I need a clean cut. And honestly, the Sawzall, I don't know if I can trust it to make a clean cut right there. That's vacuum cleaner plug. Power plug to the vacuum, which I'm later taking out anyway. I'll clear up even more storage. Oh, underneath, this panel is coming out eventually. Maybe even this week. This panel is coming out because underneath here is a vacuum cleaner and some more mouse filth. The final frontier of the mice, and it's going to go. So yeah, I'm going to hand cut this for safety. A cleaner cut. There it is. It's a nice clean cut. That's what I need. Tape going through there. Well, it's going to happen now. Now I'm committed. It's got to happen now. And oh no. I shouldn't have done it. My measurements were off. The pipes are a different size. Oh, I just ruined a good thing. Stupid cheap calipers. Cheap garbage calipers. They slide. I tried 10 times and that is frustrating. Very frustrating. Oh, my pipe doesn't fit. Oh, that's bad. That's not good. Now I've cut them. And I don't have anything to hook them to. Unless, I don't know if that's reduced again up in here. My only hope is if that's the same size pipe in here. I'm going to have to check it. But I can't, no, it won't work because it splits off to the water filter here. No. I sort of burnt myself here badly. Well, that makes nice work of it. There's a piece of copper. This is scary. Honestly, this makes me nervous what I'm doing. I'm cutting my RV worse than I thought. This is scary. Oh well. This is a nice tool. Very nice. Don't know if I can get in here. I gotta cut the pipe off behind the bathtub somehow. See if I can do this. I can't get a grip because the whole pipe is bouncing. This is a problem at all. Oh, I can't really get a grip in there. How am I going to do this? I've got to cut it in there. Cut these off. Hope this is at least the same size fittings. finished part of my job anyway. I hope so. I don't have that other faucet. I have to bring the other nozzle over here. Well, I'm committed now. Gotta do it. Need to cut that off. Let's see one more time if I can do that. Well, I got one off. It actually literally took 1.5 seconds and it was cut through. Then the blade jammed, so I had to remove the pipe. This is awkward. Can't even see. I like this thing. This is nice. Oh, that. Imagine all the hours that would have saved me if I had that before. Ah, my new power tool. Oh, when it vibrates, it's a bugger. That sure makes it much better, though. Yeah, that helps. Now I can probably pull that out. I hope. Oh, I hope. I don't think there's anything else hooked up in there. Water. Why won't that come off? Oh, I bet it's hooked up in there against the wall somewhere. Up and behind. That's not going to be easy to remove. It's connected to something. Because it should otherwise pull right out now. Got a major plug up in there. I removed that heater vent, which ran through here, which I'll never use again anyway. And of course the heater vent ran along next to the plumbing, but I won't be using the original heater because I can't afford to run the propane in here. So that won't be used. So I am going to have to just try to keep it warm. Now, since there's no insulation between the bathtub and the wall, and the pipe runs along the bathtub, as long as they leave the shower open, or the shower I should say, then hopefully enough heat will be along the pipe in that tiny space. Down in here I'll have to blow heat in from the interior of the RV, and also along all those back areas. I'll just have to make sure that air gets blown through. That cat litter box entrance is going to be the main source of heat entering into the back area, and then I'm just going to have to really insulate it heavily in there. It's scary, but I think I can do it. The advantage I have is that I'm designing this to be an all-year RV, whereas when it was manufactured it was not designed to survive the extremes of living up north like I am. why that looks bent. Hope it still functions well. Looks crooked. So there's going to be this here. It's going on to that back valve going to the bathroom, to the shower. This is very awkward with these pliers here to get it started, because the grip is too wide in the beginning to get my hands around. Well, there it is. I'll go around out back and cut the piece that connects these two. This is awkward because PEX is curved and stiff. I have to get this down some. Because PEX doesn't follow a straight line. If I can get this to go in there. Oh boy. I can't find a hole down in there is a problem. Oh, I found something. It's going. Push it until it hits the wall. I think I've hit the back. Oh boy, hope this works. This is awkward. I've got the pipe running through here, up underneath the kitchen. Oh. And there it is. It made it through. So I can run it in around the curve and make this connection here. Nice. Now I'm going to make this connection first. And then slide it in to fit the cold water line. That way my crimping, the next crimp connection will be here. The last one will be on this other easy to reach line. You got to think smart and make these fit how I can, because the pliers don't fit in otherwise into those gaps. Barely fit it in here now. There's that. Now I gotta backfeed that. Oh, look at that, it's gonna go. Backfeed that in. And this is gonna go into there. And then from here over to here. That'll work. Right, and from here, that one's going to be in there, and then from there I need a piece to here, so I'll measure that and cut it now. And this back end of the cold water line will be done. All I have to do is torque these down before I apply pressure, Of course, I have to run the hot water lines first as well, because the hot water heater will pressurize the lines, and I don't want water spewing out everywhere. Last connection. Get back in. Stuff is stiff and annoying to work with, though. I'm probably missing some part of the process here on how to straighten out PEX. That's what you guys can tell me. How do I straighten out PEX? This stuff is a killer to work with out of the spool. It's fighting me all the way. Well, there's the cold water lines all the way up to the kitchen. Sad thing is, to do the kitchen I'll have to go to the hardware store and get some fittings. I don't know what, but here we are. Now I can connect these lines up in the back here. Guess there's nothing to stop me from connecting them, but I'll do them last. I always learn to do these type of things last here to make sure I don't mess things up. I always leave myself room to work with later. But there's the cold water valves and the cold water connections. Huh, quite a job. Good thing I have a whole day ahead of me. Now I'll start running the hot water line. Now that I know what I'm doing halfway, it shouldn't be as hard. Look at the pretty colors. Oh, that's tough. Oh. Stuff is stiff. Really fights me. A bit more. And there they are. Sort of red, white, and blue. It's a patriotic camper here. Well, here come the valves for the hot water lines. The hot water is going to go better than the cold water did. Sorry for the pause, but I know you can't hear me when I'm rustling plastic. The hot water line is going to go way better, I'm sure, because I know what I'm doing now. All the hesitation and doubts are over. I know what I want. I know what's going where, and now I'm going to make it. So the worst of the stress is over, getting that cold water and trying to figure out how I was doing what. The kitchen faucets will not be hooked up yet. That's a problem until I go to the hardware store. I don't know what kind of giant's hands these were made for, but it's not my hands. maybe I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I try to put the clamps in the same directions and everything. Only I know, but I just like to keep things uniform. Here's the hot water valves. Done. Just putting this corner together in here now. And then I can connect it to the faucet ends that I have. It's got to be fed through. I can hook on a faucet, hopefully. Here's the hot water coming together. Oh, it's hot and humid. Talk about hot. It is humid today. Here's my new plumbing system coming together. Now, later I'm going to add a drain in here in the back. I'll probably cut the cold water line in the middle and add a drain straight out through the bottom for emergency winter drainage, just in case, because I discovered that this valve in here that was originally there, which I'm not going to use now, was the high pressure connection for campground hookup and a drain. So that was a multi-purpose valve there. Underneath the RV is another valve. And there's the high pressure campground hookup. I'm actually probably going to take that all out because it's sort of flopping loose underneath the RV now. And that won't serve no purpose. I might even be able to use that valve for my drain later on. But I'll put a T in here and drain that out. Allow that to drain. So